USR Florida. We're all repping it today.
What's up, guys? I'm your host, John from Minkaline, and today on the episode of League of Breeders, I have the one and only Jay from Jay's Reptalife. This dude is an awesome man in this community, an amazing supporter and ambassador of USARK. I've got him behind stage, so let me bring him on. Welcome, Jay. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me. Doing well, man.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I feel super honored to be able to have you on the show. When I first got into reptiles, after even like I bought my first ball python and kind of like found the social media side and the community side of keeping reptiles, man, you were one of the first people that came across my page, to be honest. And I know we haven't like talked, super much or whatever. I kind of like just been like watching from a distance, but I really love what you do. And man, yeah, like you're amazing, man. I see you like paving the way for like USARK and like really kind of getting them out there. And I see the way that you take care of your animals, the way that you put your passion into your animals. I see you just about every day, doing lives and cleaning your tubs and your enclosures and so it's cool, man. I really love what you do, but
Appreciate it.
So yeah, man. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So yeah, for those that don't know me, I'm Jay from Jay's Reptalife. I am a father, a husband, a reptile enthusiast, keeper. Not a big breeder, just more of a hobbyist. Born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts. I come from a family of a single mother, one brother and 3 sisters, total 5 children. I've always had a passion for keeping reptiles and just loving animals and taking care of animals that were sick, from dogs that were found in the streets to, going up north and just getting garden snakes from the gardens and stuff like that. And always been into wanting to keep exotic reptiles. Fell in love with the hobby more as I became an adult and were able to gain knowledge from a lot of great keepers and be able to put everything into play. And then I moved to South Florida and everything just sparked, first year from owning my first, reptile to working with some people to getting into the pet trade as far as, when I first moved here, I didn't know too much about like USARK and USARK Florida and stuff like that. But, I did see all the reptile keepers, big venomous keepers, Will Nays, Blake, Chandler, Paul Cafaro, and all these great names. And, started seeing how far they push in their passion and kind of just wanted to put in the same work. I never thought I'd get to where I'm at now, but just fell in love with the hobby and continued with the passion. And
For sure.
I don't know how things just came into play after so long. It all just fell into work, man.
Yeah, man. So were you keeping reptiles as a kid or, did you kind of wait till you're an adult?
More mammals. I had ferrets, pigs, I've had mice. I've had only one normal ball python, but that wasn't I'm sorry, my wife just got home.
Oh, it's all good.
That wasn't like a long-term thing. It was less than a year, and it just disappeared and stuff like that.
So is that where you got your, what's up, family? Hello, everybody.
That's my 8-year-old. Sorry.
Hello. Oh no, it's all good. It's nice to see your family. I know, seeing you on Instagram and everything, like you got a wonderful family that really supports you and is there for you. So, so you started with like mammals and like smaller pets and things like that growing up. Is that kind of what started your fascination, or was it like, maybe playing outside and seeing, snakes in the wild or something like that?
No, what started it was, watching Boomafoos, watching Steve Irwin.
For sure.
I was a big fan of watching Discovery Channel, Nat Geo, Animal Planet, and when you're a kid, I wasn't into like cartoons, superheroes like that as much. I was into animals, and animals always caught my attention. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that was always my dream, was just having animals. So, I went from owning a ferret, which my first animal ever was obviously a fish, but hands-on animal
Okay.
with a and there was just something about, you know what I'm saying, watching an animal grow, providing
Yeah.
longevity, seeing how far of a lifespan you can provide for these animals, and just seeing how amazing they are. You know what I'm saying? I just fell in love with it. I won't lie to you though. I never thought that becoming an adult, my dream was gonna come true. But
Mm.
everything plays out for its own purpose. And yes, I used to be a dog breeder. I bred the pit bulls and stuff like that, and I was into the
Okay.
trophy up north. But when I
Yeah.
moved here and I told my wife what was my dream as a kid, and she was like, "Hey, let's do it," and
Okay.
it just
Yeah.
became something crazy, man.
That's really awesome, man. Yeah, man. I was, fascinated with animals as a child, but I never thought I would get into it as like as like a hobby. You know what I mean? Like nothing where I'm like breeding or like trying to fill up a whole room full of animals. I never even thought this was possible.
Yeah,
I think growing up for me, I'd always go to like, we had like some leopard geckos at one point, and we had like dogs and cats and stuff. But when we go to like the reptile shops to pick up like crickets or whatever, like I'd always see like ball pythons, and I always wanted one. And of course, see like chameleons and all sorts of lizards and things like that. And I just remember those memories, man, of just being like, man, I wish I could own these, but I never knew that people did it on a large scale. I mean, I figured, oh,
right.
they got like a couple leopard geckos and a snake at home, and that's it. But no, people got 100 snakes. They got 50 geckos and monitors. Like you got a lot of cool stuff, man. So I just never even knew that it was possible until I walked into a reptile shop in my adulthood or in my adult life a couple years ago, and kind of saw that this reptile shop had all sorts, clurids, retics, worms, ball pythons, monitors, turtles, dwarf caimans, like all sorts of stuff. And I was like, I felt like a kid in a candy shop, but it was like animals, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I just like, man, it all makes sense. Like all of my sort of like inner desires and passions like could get focused onto the reptiles rather than just, yeah, like watching them from a distance. But I just never knew that this thing really existed a couple years ago.
yeah. I was the weird kid where instead of you could take me to a toy store, I'm like, I want to go to an animal store. And
Yeah, for
be
sure.
all day, man.
Yeah.
Forget the toys, live animals. And that's what it was always. And I thank God for letting me be able to be a part of it as an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because as young children, if you don't have the proper guidance and you don't have people that's willing to educate you, or what I'm
Yep.
saying, you could be very immature and say you want to do something or you want something, but not really play out with it at 100%. As an
Yep.
adult, I kind of really put it in my heart that none of these animals can get up, feed themselves, clean themselves, get supplements, provide the proper lighting for themselves. So I have no excuse, you know what I'm saying? No excuse for anything, you know what I'm saying? It's you get up every day, provide what they need, and make sure you provide longevity for them, and they're all happy little critters, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So real quick, I hate to interrupt, but I want to go through and say hello to everybody in the chat. I know there's a lot of people here for you tonight, Jay. So let's kind of check it out. So, oh man, I gotta go up pretty far. Okay, here we go.
I can't see no comments.
That's right.
So
Yes, I think it's just on my end. So first up, Shelby from DWR. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting my channel. I'm sure you are familiar with Jay as well. So thank you so much. Ken, thank you so much, man. You're watching on your TV, but you can't comment. That is all right. You are still out here to support us. Shane Heads and Tails, my brother. What is up, dude? Thank you so much for coming out. We got Emily Schultz, SR Exotics. I could be wrong, Emily, but I think you just subscribed to my channel. Maybe you came from Jay's, but I really appreciate you. Yeah, okay. Yep. Well, thank you so much for coming out and being a new subscriber. Of course, the ambassador, we got Kike up in here. Thank you so much, dude. I got Kike next week on my show. You know what? I'm going to plug him in real quick because, yeah, if you guys aren't checking this guy out, let's see. You know what? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, that's all backgrounds. I was like wanting to pull this up real quick because you guys definitely got to catch the show next week. Make sure you guys tune in next week for Kike, Bosa Balls. Awesome dude.
It was a pleasure meeting you in person, Kike.
Yes, so I will get to that right after this. I love seeing all those pictures from this last weekend. Super awesome, man. Like, it's just so cool to be part of a community where you can go to these reptile shows and meet 10, 15, of your friends and things like that. We have Tammy from Tamethus Reptiles. Thank you so much. Yes, multiplayer Morse. Thank you so much for coming out. I know I've been kind of just following you recently, but I love what you're doing. Really awesome to be able to see the face behind the brand. JDB Reptiles, what is going on, brother? I appreciate you for coming out. All right, man. We got a lot of comments coming in. We got 17 people up here. Thank you so much. Kayla's Aquatics and Reptiles. Thank you so much for coming out as well. Oh, man. I really hope I'm not missing anyone. We got Stan. Thank you so much, Stan. Thank you so much. And Kayla from Military Morse. Thank you for sharing all these posts and promoting this as well. What were you going to say, Jay?
I was saying, what's up, sis? Kayla's like a sister.
Yeah.
I love that girl.
Yeah. Yeah, they're awesome. I love Max and Kayla, and yeah, just super awesome. All right. I might have hit everyone. I'm not sure. If you guys are here, make sure you leave a comment. Bailey's Royal Beauties, what is going on? Thank you so much. So much, man. And we got Christina from Genetics Nerd. That is all right if you are late. Right now we're doing some shout outs. But yeah, feel free to rewind, get to know Jay a little bit. But we're still getting started. So, Dementor Dragons, what is going on? I'm not sure what those hands purple blue piece. Okay, yeah, I know it doesn't show the emojis, but I'm sure it's pretty cool. All right. Well, you know what? I think that might catch us up. RKA Reptiles, what is going on? What is going on? Oh man, I didn't think there'd be so many people. Ray, my guest from last week. Thank you so much for coming out, Ray, and supporting this channel. Ray says, what is up, John and Jay? Nice to meet you in person this weekend, bro. That's right. He was there too, man.
Definitely, yeah. It was a pleasure meeting you, bro. Definitely a pleasure. It was awesome. That show was awesome, man.
All right. So actually, now that we're talking about all that, so you just went, okay, wait, all right. Are you just taking it off, or are you going to like, oh, no, you're good. I was like, we were just talking behind stage, and that's, you made that design, right? Is that what you said? Or I like it. Really dope. Make sure, how can we find your merch, man? Oh yeah. How can we find your merch?
Everything's on my link tree. Right on my Instagram. Everything's on my link tree.
Yeah. Go check it out, guys. Yeah, I love your logo, man. Super awesome. But real quick, I want to bring up something. I hope you don't mind, but maybe we can kind of talk about it a little bit. So this was last weekend. This is kind of one of the pictures I took from your Instagram. Man, what reptile convention was this?
Reptilian Nation here in West Palm in Florida.
Gotcha. And so do you mind kind of going through and telling us who we see in this picture? I see you with your daughter, which is really awesome.
Yeah, me
front center.
There's a couple fellas in there that I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know too well, but we have on the left side we have Marlon wearing the green, black and green. Marlon.
Okay, yeah.
We have right next to him, which is Kike from Bows of Balls. Next to him we have Keys from Keys Constrictors. In the middle we have Ray from Allurings, your last.
Yes, sir.
And then the guy in the back we have Emilio from Villaros. And then I won't lie to you, from there, don't know too much of the other guys, but it was
that's okay, man.
And getting to talk to them in person. All great people, man. All great people.
Yeah. I can't wait. I wanted to go to like Tinley this March and everything. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I'm definitely gonna try to go for October. I want to go to like Daytona and some of the ones in Florida. I know Arlington's coming up, so I know a lot of people are gonna be there. But it's awesome because like. Yeah, doing the whole reptile thing, you get to go to like reptile shows and conventions and things like that and meet people. And with such a heavy like online presence, in social media, Instagram, YouTube, you're meeting people, new people all the time, or whether it's like new people just starting up their brand, or even old school people that have been doing it for 10, 20 years. And but I feel like you can talk to anybody, no matter
100%.
what level you're on. You know what I mean? I like, for me, I've met so many people, like everyone in the chat, like like I wouldn't have the privilege of getting to know them if it weren't for social media and the reptiles, because there's amazing people. There's amazing
Yeah.
people trying to do what we're trying to do, and everyone has like their own focus and things like that. But
Hey,
it's been really awesome.
everybody starts somewhere, man. Everybody starts somewhere. It doesn't matter if you have 10 followers, a million followers. At the end of the day, we all come from the same circle. We all in it for the same thing. It's to live our dream, have that passion, and to take care of our animals that we care for. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter what you own, where you come from, how much you have, what you don't have. As long as we all follow the same thing, is the passion. It's that's all that matters, man.
For sure, man. So I'm pretty curious. Besides the reptiles, do you have like any other hobbies, or is it like the reptiles full time sort of for you, or?
I mean, I do a little bit of. Right now, I can't do too much of being outside, but I'm big on doing outdoor work, like landscaping and stuff like that. I mean, before
Okay.
reptiles, I was up north. I was 11 years a chef in different kitchens, so I'm
Yeah.
big into cooking.
Okay,
I
nice.
also, yeah, big into
For sure,
cooking,
dude.
artwork. You know what I'm saying? I like doing artwork, spray sketching and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch of hands-on work. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that if I put my mind into anything, I'm not being cocky or high ego or high in pride, but whatever I put my
Yeah.
mind to, I can basically get it to work.
For sure, man. Yeah, I feel like I'm that sort of same way. As like I'm not necessarily like particularly great at everything, but like I can get great if I put my mind to it. You can do things pretty well. It's just I just gotta focus, man. But I love art and yeah, we're working with my hands, for sure.
Painting, doing brushwork
Okay.
stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's dope. Um, yeah, painting is one of those things where I'm like trying to get better. But it's fun, man. I just got to do it more. So are you currently working right now, or are you
I'm
like,
not.
because I know you kind of, okay, I know you kind of like had some health issues recently that um, kind of made you take a step back, and you kind of have to focus on your health and everything like that. But so you're just like taking care of your animals and kind of doing that right now.
Right. Yeah. So before, so I used to be a reptile keeper at an exotic shop called Wild Cargo Pets.
Oh, okay.
Then what I'm saying, my health started becoming an issue. I left there to be able to kind of work for myself and do like Uber and Lyft and be able to provide more time for all the animals I care for. And
Yeah.
health just started going downhill. I started getting seizures. I went to Detroit to visit Kayla and Max in 2 days. I think it was 2 days. If my wife is watching, she could comment the days. I don't exactly remember, but I don't know if it was 2 days or the third day. We got back. I went into a seizure, and it kind
Mm,
of affected my chest and my legs. And what I'm saying, if you suffer from epilepsy, every time you go into a seizure, the doctors push you back 6 months from driving. So I wasn't
yeah.
able to drive Uber and Lyft and do DoorDash, which was helping me maintain my animals and stuff. So I'm basically out of work until I get a bunch of studies done and all that. I got a brain
Mm.
exam and all that come into play soon. So right now I'm just basically home, taking care of my reptiles. Oh, my wife said the next day after we came from Detroit, I went into a seizure.
Oh man, jeez. Now, I know at one point you were talking about well, you were potentially making arrangements for your animals. Are you doing better like health wise? Are animals doing good and things like that?
I mean, I won't lie to you. My health is it bounces, man. It bounces.
Yeah,
There's days where I'm good. There's days where my energy levels are not great.
yeah,
There's days where like I'm not gonna sit here and lie to nobody. I like to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? But being stuck at home and kind of watching my health clash a little bit caused a lot of anxiety and depression. Um,
yeah,
so
for sure.
mentally, I haven't been great, but I can't lie to you. Having a wonderful community, having people like my wife and my children who help me, um, and me being such a knucklehead and not letting my health stop me from what I do for my animals, um, I've been able to provide the same service for my animals. Only thing is
Yeah.
I can't wake up in the morning and do all the animals at once. You know, I will
Oh,
have to
okay,
take.
sure.
So I did a schedule where I'm able to take care of some animals in the morning to mid afternoon. I'll take care of all the nocturnals and everything at night. I used to
Oh,
do
okay.
everything. You know what I'm saying? I'll work 8 hours,
Yeah.
you know, and do all the animals. Now it's just it's learning learning the new me, and when my body kind of says slow down, and then I'll take breaks. But
Sure.
I have been feeling a little bit better. I am
That's
also
good, man.
some medication to help the pains in my body and stuff like that, and help me sleep and stuff like that. Because that's been a big toll. Was it's my sleeping. You know, my sleeping
Oh,
habits.
yeah.
I wasn't able to sleep too much. The pains, the
Yeah.
spasms on my legs and stuff. But you know, I can't lie, man. This community and the people that were able to donate to help me when I stopped working, to help me buy feeders for my animals. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it without the community and my wife and kids. 100%.
For sure, man. Yeah, no, that's amazing that you do have that support and everything at home because man, you do have like a lot of amazing animals, and like I know you care about each and every single one of them as if they are your family member. And so I know you want the best for them, and you know, I yeah, I think it's just amazing what you do, and I know you're still going, and it's fight, but man, dude, you got this, man. I've been praying for you and everything, so
I appreciate
yeah,
it, man.
man,
And
for
that's
sure.
all I need. I tell people not to feel bad, not to feel bad. To be honest, don't feel bad, because sometimes, yeah, sometimes in life, your brain is your worst enemy. Mental battles is
Yeah,
bad. But I tell people, yes, I understand you want to, it bothers you, because it bothers me seeing one of my friends or relatives hurting. But, just keep me in prayer. Just keep me in prayer, and just, you know what I'm saying? When you see me in my worst days, just understand that, hey, Jay's not all there today. If you don't see me on the live, maybe one time a week, then, just send me a message and just check
yeah,
up on me. But, I'm not, before I hit like critical with my health, I want everybody to know that I would not ever let my animals go through a situation. If I was ever in a condition where my health really hits rock bottom, I will
yeah,
rehome most of my animals, and I already written down on the paperwork where all my animals are going to and who my animals are going to.
for sure. That's but man, dude, I know God's got amazing things for you. So I'm curious, how did that whole event with the seizure, change your perspective on life? Because I know it's got to be really, really tough to go through, and then having to battle so hard for your health and your mentality. And how did that sort of change your perspective moving forward?
I mean, to be honest with you, it taught me 100% how to appreciate life more, um, how to understand how quick of from a blink of an eye, things can change in your life. And it taught me more than anything was how to appreciate my family, man. My wife, who stands by me, who works hard every day to not make sure I'm okay, but my
Hmm.
animals are okay, our children are okay. And
Yeah.
it gave me a life. It gave me a big awakening. Where where I literally did a lot of things around the same week to change a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. From I stopped smoking. I quit
Okay.
everything. I stepped back from certain things, and
Mm.
even um, anger, even my anger. I learned, I'm about to see a psychiatrist and everything, and even, just to, I want to keep myself so much at peace and just enjoy what I'm mainly want to be here for is to be a reptile keeper and an influencer to those in social media. That's why I'm very transparent on telling people what I go through with my health, because
Sure.
I want to show people that it doesn't matter what you go through in life. You can still make anything happen as long as you believe in yourself, and you're willing to understand how much you can give with what's going on in your life. And you just got
Mm.
to take it day by day. Kayla from Military Morphs, she, like I said, she's like my sister, and I spoke to her many times about a lot of things. And there were times where I could have gave up, man. I could have gave up, sold all my
Yeah.
animals and all that, but where would I be? I'll be stuck in an empty room, letting my mind take a hold of me, causing more depression and all that. So this in here is like a therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? Working with these animals, providing the great
Yeah.
service, and having great people around me, it's amazing. You know, so it changed a lot, man. It changed a lot, mainly to appreciate life in general, man.
Yeah. And it's good that you have people that you can talk to and people that you can open up to, people to, help you out and support you. Cause like, yeah, for me, like that's the biggest thing is like my mentality and my mental health is like improved so much, not just like with the animals and having, finding like therapy through them, but having friends that I can go to. Like there's a lot of people in the chat right now that, I'll message them in my DMs or call them up and, we have conversations and some things are a little bit more personal, but they're there to listen to me and they're there to offer that help and that support. And so I'm just grateful for everybody, man. And even like doing this podcast is really kind of help my mentality as far as like, now I've got to focus. Now I can like kind of get myself out there and talk to people that maybe I don't know much about, or, get to know someone else's perspective, because it's important to be able to understand people from whatever walk of life they're in, whatever background or whatever it is that makes them tick. Like it's important to try to understand people and then, create like a community and things like that of just positive, loving, amazing people.
That's all we need.
Yeah,
Man. That's all we need.
sure. Yep. Absolutely. But like moving on real quick. So when did you come up with Jay's Reptalife?
I couldn't even lie
Been
to you.
at it for a while?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have great of a memory.
Okay.
Jade's Reptilife just came out of nowhere. It just came out of
Okay.
nowhere. It wasn't something that I sat down and I spoke about. As I started getting into the hobby and kind of made my mind that, you know what, there's no going back because I already have a big amount of animals and what I want to do.
Yeah.
I know that Jay's Reptilife became something when I started my Instagram. It
Yeah.
didn't start
Yeah.
before. It started when I was gonna do my Instagram, and I said, "What's gonna be catchy?" You know what I'm saying? My name is Jose Rivera. You know what I'm saying? So my name does start with a J.
Gotcha.
And then I was like, you know what I'm saying? I want this to be a lifestyle for me. I don't want it to just be something, because I don't want to do it for attention. I don't want people to just be like, oh, look at this guy. No. I do it just to show my passion to the world. And I've
Yeah.
seen that social media has been a big thing that a lot of people have been getting into. So I started
Yep.
Instagram. And I said, you know what? Why not just call it Jay's Reptilife? You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
It just took off. The name became catchy. I
Yeah.
remember when I sent my first sticker to Billy at Mutation Creation, and he seen my name, and he's like, "Hey, Jay's Reptilife," and then the slogan of it is "It's a reptile thing," and
All
even him,
right.
he's like, "That's pretty cool. It's a reptile thing," and I just went with it.
Yeah.
We just kept it going
No,
for a
that's
while.
really awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome. I love the name, Jay's Reptilife. I love the logo. Fantastic job with that. And then I just love seeing, your face, like seeing you behind the brand, you know what I mean? Or like, I guess on the forefront. Cause man, dude, you look like, such a happy guy that's passionate about what you do. And, it really shows, I think a lot of people maybe just do it. I don't know, maybe just, to showcase their animals, but like, you can tell that you have a huge passion for this.
Yeah, it's a
And
lifestyle.
yeah,
It's a lifestyle.
it's your life. It's your life. It's your lifestyle for sure. And so I'm really curious about this too. So you changed your Instagram handle from Jay's Reptilife to Jay's Arc of Life. Is that like a new direction you're taking, or is it just that you wanted to change that handle, or is it the future going to be Jay's Arc of Life?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since I caught my last seizure, like I said, that was a big eye awakener for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
And it was at a point where I gave my life back to Jesus Christ. I used to serve Christ up when I was living up north and all that. And
yeah,
it came, obviously, whenever we follow Christ, whoever follows Christ, they will understand that you would have him lead your direction with everything that you put up. Everything
sure.
I got blessed with, this behind me, my family, my children, everything was provided by Christ Jesus. Yes, I am the vessel to do it, but he provided everything for me. So I chose to change my name from Jay's Reptilife to Jay's Arc of Life just the same way
Yeah.
as Jesus Christ gave Noah the direction to bring all these wonderful animals in a boat and take them away so they can be part of our creation right now. And
Yeah.
I feel like the Noah of the reptile community. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Yeah,
what? Now that you say that, it's okay. So Ark of, is that where you got the Ark from?
Ark
Like
of,
Noah's Ark? Oh, okay, gotcha. That's funny. Man, dude, that's probably
and
my
basically
favorite Bible
have a
story. I mean, it's
and basically because I have a big variety of species, it's not like just
yeah,
ball python and stuff like it's like a bunch of everything. So I said, why not Jay's
yeah,
Ark of Life and let it be a direction of Christ and I just want to be able to involve. I'm not here to be religious. I tell everybody I just have a relationship with my Creator. I'm not religious, but I just want to be able to implement God with everything that I do, man. And hope everybody understands it and doesn't feel ashamed or upset with anything that I do. It doesn't change who I am as a reptile keeper with anybody in the community, but it's just the direction I want to take from now on. Now
yeah.
it's just hoping for a new logo. You know what I'm saying? We will keep this logo and wonderful
Okay.
stickers, but we'll see what comes up with a nice logo for the future.
So yeah, so you're kind of rebranding into Jay's Ark of Life. That that's kind of
Yes,
like the future and stuff. All right,
100%.
I like it, man. I think it's yeah, man. I just really, I don't know how to describe the way I feel about that name, or like kind of like what how I perceive it, but it's like a beautiful sort of name. It's there's something to it for sure, man. Yeah, and I think it represents you really, really well and what you do. So
Appreciate it.
so so last week I had Ray from Alluring Serpents on, and one of the topics of conversation that we had was about blessings and lessons. He had mentioned in one of his interviews before mine that life is about blessings and lessons. The blessings are, sorry, Ray, I'm like all trying to quote you and everything, but blessings are like the things, like your material things, the things that kind of get you through the day, but the lessons are like learning from those negative things, those hard times. So I'm curious, what are some of your blessings in life that you can count, and what are some of the lessons that you've learned from the hardships?
Man, I hope I don't be too hard on certain people, but blessings is honestly it was in this community is basically the quality of people that are in your life. The ones
Sure.
that are not there for what you have to offer, but mostly what you bring out for the future. I mean, obviously via family, my children.
Yeah.
That's my first lessons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To have
Sure.
my daughters, my sons, to raise stepchildren, to be married, to be with my wife as long as I've been with her. But also to have a big a quality of people on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And grow with the right people. You know what I'm saying? A big lesson that I have got hit with is the trust in people. Um, I'm the type of person very like I'm very vulnerable to stuff. I trust everybody. I believe everybody. You know what I'm saying? I've got ran over by a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Instagram, yeah, you do meet a lot of wonderful people and stuff like that, especially in this hobby. But there are people who I don't mean it. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm just gonna be honest. There's people who leech, man. Leech because either you do something or what you have, or they do something out of expecting out of you, and you know what I'm saying? My lesson was always I had to learn how to stop being vulnerable and easy to fall into people's lives and stuff. Especially
Yeah.
with the growth where my social media platform has led to and the people I've got connected with. It was a big lesson to just be careful who I trust and who's around. Not everybody is who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people who could
Yeah.
kind of show their true colors in the long run. You know what I'm saying? And my big lesson too was when I gave my life to Christ. You don't understand how many people unfollowed me just because of that situation, and it's kind of hard
Yeah.
because I don't change who I am with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You could still be
Yeah.
whoever you want to be. I'm still your friend, but for those who walked away because that's what I chose, it was kind of upsetting, but something I got to learn from too. You know what I'm saying? That not everybody is there to people are there for a short time period only.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to read this. Let's see what Ray has got to say. So nothing wrong with seeing the best in people. People taking advantage of that reflects on them, not you. Keep shining. Yep,
Appreciate
absolutely.
it.
I think that's something that I'm trying to learn right now too, as far as understanding who's really trying to push you in the right direction and those people that are trying to pull you away from, your goals and, trying to leech off you and because you've seen it, it's not just like the reptile community, but it's just the world that we live in. Everything's so divided, race, culture, politics, religion. It's just like if you have a different opinion as somebody else, or maybe you're doing better than somebody else, like people want to drag you down or cancel you or whatever. So it's right now. Just like even seeing the things in the reptile community, I'm really trying to figure out who's bringing that light and who's not, because like I want to associate myself with people that are only going to push me in the right direction.
100%.
People that have been through, those hard times, but they came up from it and, have something to share. And I think that's why it is important for us to be able to share our lives openly. Because there's people that are going to learn from it. They might be going through the same thing and they just don't want to say anything to people, or, they don't have like a support system. But if they hear your story, like let's say somebody, comes in here not knowing who you are, they hear your story and, they've been through it. I'm sure it makes them feel more comfortable to be able to talk to you and find inspiration and motivation from you. So it is important to be transparent with people. There are good people out there for sure. So
I read that comment. Somebody said, "Hey Jay, one of the tubs is open behind you and the snake is crawling out." No, that's not true. I can't lie to you. I go through my stuff and I check my stuff a lot, so I know how everything's going here. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So I guess moving on to your animals, Jay. What are some of the species that you're keeping at home?
Oh man, a little bit of everything. We have leopard geckos, crested geckos, African fat-tailed geckos. We have false chameleons, water dragons, bearded dragons. We have Aki monitors, savanna monitors, quince monitors, ball pythons, boa constrictors, king snakes. What else?
Man.
We have street frogs. We have tokay geckos, Madagascar day geckos, Cuban night anoles. We have veil chameleons. We have tortoises. We have isopods, rats.
That's really awesome, man.
What don't we have?
That's really awesome, dude. I love it, man. Like, yeah, I would love to get to that point one day where I got like a little bit of everything. Cause man, dude, everything is just so fascinating to me.
It's a lot of work. It's
yeah.
I tell people there's a lot of people that's like, man, I wish I had as much as you do. I'm gonna be honest with you, education is key because when you work with different species, when it comes to like humidity levels, temperature, caretaking, lighting, it's just man, it's kind of crazy to stay on top of everything.
So how did you get educated? Into all these species? Like, let's say you get a new species for the first time, how are you educating yourself to take care of it? Is it like Google? Is it, YouTube videos, friends, mentors?
So if I get a surrendered of a species that I didn't educate myself on, obviously I'm gonna be learning as I go.
Okay, sure.
But if it's something that I want, it's YouTube, reptile books, reptile keepers, people that have them on Instagram. I would reach out to them, ask for information. And I'm like that button that keeps pushing to learn as much as I need to. But most of everything it's been learning as I go, or it was basic stuff that I've already done research on before. Sure. It's just at the end of the day, most of the stuff is basically common sense, knowing how to, proper tanks, proper lighting, you know what I'm saying? Where these animals come from, the humidity levels from where they come. Oh, you forgot. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We have a possum. We have a possums.
Oh, I seen that today, man. I never knew that about you until today. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's really
With
cool.
northern blue tongue skink too. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so mainly I'm doing research before I get an animal, especially if it's something that takes a lot of work with. Um, but I've done a lot of reading and stuff like that before I really got into this.
Yeah. Okay.
Was prepared, and one big thing is don't get an animal if you can't provide what that animal needs.
Yeah.
If it's a surrendered, my wife knows. I'm like, babe, I'm sorry, but I need to get this. I need to get this. This animal's not going to strive without this.
Yep. So I'm curious. So since you have such a diverse collection of animals, is there an animal that stands out as far as like needing different requirements from all the other ones? You know, is there one that needs like very specific requirements to that?
I mean,
Whether
we
it's like
have.
diet, you know, lighting, temperatures, or
I mean,
I don't know. I guess it could be
every
anything.
every species that's in here requires different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? From a leopard gecko and an African fat tail, basically kind of the same thing, but come from different regions around the world. One takes higher humidity than the other,
Yeah.
but they both could be properly set up in a rack system as long as they're taking their supplements. You can
Okay.
keep them both in tanks and have lighting and still provide proper care for them. But
Hmm.
every species that's in here, um, takes different requirements. You know what I'm saying? Bearded dragons, their temperature levels, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're kind of close to a savanna monitor as far as basking. They take over 127 degrees of basking, but, a savanna monitor takes more humidity levels than bearded dragon. Um,
Yeah.
veiled chameleons, you know what I'm saying? Veiled chameleons, they need more water, more humidity, which, as we know, they strive very good here in South Florida. That's why my veiled chameleons live outside.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Nice.
every species in here, bro, requires different work, supplements. And I mean, as those that follow me, they know I have a cart here with basically everything because
Hmm.
it's a daily task with all of them. The easiest animal to care for in here is probably my crested geckos, but those still need proper humidity and being
Yeah.
sprayed twice a day, so they don't have stuck shed or no issues when they come to shedding.
Sure. And do you have like a specific routine? I know you kind of said you kind of split it up, but like, do you have like
Yeah.
a routine to make sure you hit all your animals? Is it like going left to right, or is it like I'm gonna take care of my geckos and then I'm gonna take care of the monitors, or like, do you have something that's efficient for you?
Yeah, so my daily thing, I wake up 7, 8 in the morning, and my first thing I do is lights for everybody, um, and let everybody adjust to their temperatures. With bearded
Mm,
dragons and stuff, I'll wait for them to have a normal bowel movement. How that would work is they normally wake up and go straight to basking. They'll bask and digest food and stuff like that, and I'll just mainly start with all my dragons and animals that they'll take misting and stuff like that. So as I do
yeah.
dragons, I'll do some of the animals that require misting. I do all my
Okay.
nocturnal. I do all the nocturnals at night. The only thing I'll do for the nocturnals is basically just spray and mist their enclosures, and make sure they're okay. My snakes, I can honestly work with my snakes whenever I want, but I just have already a suitable schedule for everybody. So it's like once I'm done with like bearded dragons, the basilisks, what I'm saying, the frogs, what I'm saying, the false chameleons, or even the monitors, I'll go straight into the snakes. Just make sure that they didn't spill no bowls, they don't
Yeah.
have no poop sitting. What I'm saying, because snakes could be very simple to care for, but snakes could be dirty as well too. They could you could clean them right now. 5 minutes later, they'll flip that water bowl, and with the temperatures, they'll just become very disgusting after a bowel movement. Um,
Yeah.
and then with some of them, it's mainly work as I go. What I'm saying? Like bearded dragons, you could clean them right now. 5 minutes later, they'll tear everything up. So
Yeah.
those are my reptiles that I work more than 2 to 3 times a day with.
Oh wow.
As
Okay.
cleaning and stuff like that. And then with everybody at night, when it comes to the nighttime, we remove all the bowls and stuff like that and let them soak for the next morning to just get the day started with the same thing.
So I have something to say about bearded dragons because my roommate, she's got a bearded dragon and like a ball python. They're like in their own enclosures, you know, and everything. But um, it's really funny because I had to Google this. So the other day, bearded dragon went poop. I was getting ready for bed, so I did not clean it right away. The next morning, or when I woke up, the poop was gone. I was all searching, like maybe it got buried or something. And then I Googled it. I'm like, it's not in there, you know. So I Googled, do bearded dragons eat their poop? And they said yes. I never knew that. That's so weird to me. I don't know if you've ever heard anything like that. Obviously, you want to take care of all the poop.
I've heard it. I've heard it. I've never had it happen here.
Yeah.
Or anything that I was aware about. Never seen it, but I did hear about it. I think with most animals, maybe that happens. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Yeah, I thought it was really weird.
Yeah, I mean,
I was,
animals could be weird. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
But
like
yeah,
a,
whenever.
go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, when I Googled it, it said that sometimes they'll do that to add more nutrients to their body, you know, after they've already digested and, you know, kind of poop that out, that sometimes they'll eat it and it adds to their nutrition and it's a perfectly healthy thing. And Max is saying I had a water dragon that would do that. That's so weird to me. You
Yeah,
know, like it's something I learned today.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. My water dragon has done that a couple times.
Okay.
Especially he's in water, and his water has a pump, so it causes
Okay, yeah.
motion. Because I don't like in any tanks water sitting still because it causes bacteria on top of the water.
Yeah.
Just sitting.
Sure.
I have a pump that keeps the water moving, and he likes to be a knucklehead and sees a poop floating and moving and think it's a fish, and he'll try to eat it. So I have to get it with a net before he tries to do that. But yeah, I've had a water dragon do that.
Oh, that's funny. That is so funny. Now I know we might have talked about this, but on two ends, what was your first reptile and what was your last reptile that you bought?
First reptile was a leopard gecko.
Okay.
Female max snow leopard gecko.
Okay.
And then my last reptile was I actually picked up a gargoyle gecko from David from Tiki's Geckos.
Gargoyles are cool, man. Geckos are something I really want to get into. Yeah, cresteds, gargoyles. I want a Leachianus gecko. Oh man, they're really awesome, man.
Yeah, I got a big list of animals I would love, but you know the funds are not there, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
When I see people that have them, I'm like, man, just enjoy them for me, man.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What's your dream reptile? And then like what are some other ones? But like what's that number one? And then like what's kind of on your wish list?
Number one would be Euryplatus fantasticus, satanic leaf.
Oh man. Oh yeah, those I've seen those. Those are really awesome. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm gonna be real with you. I could say of an animal it would be a Komodo dragon. I know a lot of people would say the same thing. But if it's an animal I can get, it would be a Euryplatus fantasticus, the satanic leaf tail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not bad. Not a bad answer.
There's many out there too. You know, the Leachianus, Chihuahuas. You know, we have the Gila monster, black dragons.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many out there, man. So many. But my number one would be a satanic leaf tail, man.
Can you find those easily, or is it really hard to get a hold of one?
It's as long as you find the proper breeder, and you have the funds for them, you can get them.
Gotcha. All right. Nice.
Leeches, yeah, there's many people I know I can get Leachianuses from. There's a lot of them there, but yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I can't wait to be able to have the funds and the space to expand and all that stuff. Like, oh man, there's so many things I want to be able to get. You know what I mean? But right now I'm sticking to like my ball pythons. I got my baby Savannah monitor, and then after that I'm not sure what I'll get into because I do kind of want to focus on the ball pythons as far as like breeding and things like that. But then aside from that, like, oh man, I don't know. Like I kind of want to get a retic.
Oh man,
just because
don't talk about
no, so you don't want one, huh? No,
I do.
Yeah. Oh, you do. You do want one.
I'm a skinny guy, short guy, and when I used to work at Wild Cargo Pets, I used to deal with an 18, almost 19-foot reticulated python.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people give these animals a bad name. They're wonderful snakes. As long as you know one how to understand your animal, not antagonize your animal, and give your animal time alone, especially when it comes to feeding and all that. They're amazing, man. But here in South Florida, where we are
Oh yeah.
we cannot keep retics, we cannot keep berms, and stuff like that. So I'm at a standpoint of I can't keep those. The only reason why I keep boas, so they can get big and I can enjoy those little bit of a big species. But man, I would love a retic or even a berm. Even if I can't own a retic, I would love to own at least a Burmese.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some of my friends, they take care of retics and things like that, and just the information that I've been learning from them is yeah, they're just super intelligent. Yeah, you can kind of let them out, they kind of do their thing. Um, and so I would love one, because I think a lot of people see a big snake like that and they do get a little bit intimidated. But if you can begin to understand them, or buy them as a baby and like watch them grow, um, and kind of be there during that process, socialize them and all that stuff. Like I think, from what I understand, they're great pets. So
Hey, any animal. It's like us as human beings. If you know how to represent yourself to me and show me the respect that I would give you, we'll get along great. One
mm,
is I tell everybody I don't go around every day taking animals out. Oh yeah, showing up. No, I don't. I respect my animals enough that when it's time to leave them alone, I just leave them alone.
yeah,
You know, my favorite animal in here, it doesn't matter what I have, will always be my Savannah monitor. Those that know
mm,
me very Instagram, they know my favorite monitor will be a Savannah monitor. They're very intelligent. Um, they're like a dog. I had a big Savannah monitor who passed away almost 2 years ago, um, and it's kind of sucked to speak about it. But you know what? I kind of have to like learn how to get through it. But was the most amazing pet here. 3.5 footer, big boy. He would play
mm,
tug of war. He would speak through me through his look, the blink of his eye. He would let me know when he had enough. I wouldn't have to tell him
yeah.
to go back in his enclosure. He would walk back in his
Hmm,
enclosure. The most amazing, literally the most incredible species I've ever worked with.
hmm.
And I always love those. Those will always be my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Other than the satanic, but I've never got a hold of it satanic. But my favorite monitor of all time would be a Savannah man.
Huh. Yes, I'm really excited, to have my Savannah monitor because, man, I can tell he's got something going on in his head. Like very intuitive. Like I was telling you, I think behind stage is I got him tongue fed, and to me that's amazing in itself. But like I know, like when I let him out or if I'm holding him or whatever, like just the way that he like interacts with the world is something else, man. Like he's yeah, almost like as smart as like a dog would be or something, where they make their own decisions and they have their own sort of curiosity, and
Right.
um it's so interesting, man. And I can't wait till he gets a lot bigger where I can just I don't know, man. I like having a decently sized animal, you know what I mean? But it's also fun to have them when they're babies.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You have to kind of
Now is
know
that
how.
your? Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I said you kind of have to learn how to be a little dominant with monitors. Because if not, they're smart. They know how to kind of overpower you, especially as they start getting
Mm,
bigger in size. So if you don't know how to tame them down at a young age, as they become an adult, they will try to overpower you. They're very smart, very smart.
yeah, super smart. Now, is that the only monitor species that you have? I can't remember.
So I have like a teenager size Savannah. He's maybe almost he's like a foot and a half, almost close to 2 feet. I have a young female Savannah.
Mm,
I have a pair of Aki monitors. They're
okay.
at full growth at 22 to 23, 24 inches.
All
And I
right.
have a Quince monitor that's native to Indonesia. She's awesome. So I
Sure.
have three different species of monitors.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. I want to get like an Asian water monitor, or like a black dragon or something. I don't know, man. Like I like the black dragons, and I also like I think it's like the T positive albino water
Uh,
monitors. Like, yeah, I know. I used to work with Black Dragon and a an albino water monitor at the reptile shop I used to work for last year, and both amazing personalities. Like never try to go for my hand or tail whip me or anything like that. But that albino one had like the better personality where I could just like hold her like a dog or like yeah, I don't know, man. Like she was cool. She was really cool. So monitors are something I really anticipate trying to get into more because they're just amazing,
Yeah,
intelligent animals.
very, very smart, very smart.
Now I do have one question before we kind of move on. And this is kind of like my icebreaker, sort of like a fun question. So don't take it too serious. But if you could hybridize any two animals in the world, cross them, what would they be? Like it could be anything. It could be like a flying fish, like a bird fish, or a flying turtle. Like what I mean? Like it could be like any two animals, just for fun. Mad scientist.
Oh man, damn, you're really gonna put me to think now.
That's the point. That's the point. I've gotten some interesting answers since I started asking this. It's real fun.
I would probably. I'd cross a frilled dragon.
Okay. That's a good start. That's a real good start. That's a real good start.
A frilled dragon with like a caiman lizard or something like that to see what would come out of that.
That'd be interesting, man. That'd be real interesting. I like that answer a lot.
The neck of a frilled dragon.
Yeah.
I'd probably give him some wings of like an eagle and just see what happens, man.
That'd be sick, man. I dig it. I dig it. Now I do this segment called Pass or Gas. Before we get to that, is there anything that you want to show off in your collection or any, if you want to show your room or anything like that? You don't have to, but is there anything that you want to try to show off? You don't have, like I said, you don't have to. It's all right.
I'll show off the gargoyle I got. My most recent purchase. I'll show off the gargoyle.
Okay. All right. All right.
I mean, if there's anything anybody wants to see as far as from what I spoke about, you can let me know. Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff here, so.
Yeah, you got so much stuff. I know we can't get to it all, so that's totally fine. And then I got a ton of pictures to show you guys. I kind of went too far with my Pass or Gas questions or my pictures. All right, so I'm gonna put you on solo.
I'm sorry, guys. Let me see. So this is the new pickup. Oh, I'm not good with
Aw. Oh, super cute. Super cute. Is that a specific kind of gargoyle gecko? Because I don't know too much about them, but is that like a different type of morph or species or? Oh.
Well, I would be getting the information from David. He told me to write it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a quad lining something. I'm not too familiar. He told me he was definitely gonna get a hold.
Wow, that's really pretty, man. I like the stripe and then the side patterns and really cool.
Yeah, let me see if I can get him to turn. And for those that don't know too much about where like the name gargoyle came from, it's because they actually have. Oh,
that's what they do.
Have the little. See the top of the head. They have well, he's still young, but the little.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's how they name that. That makes sense.
Yeah, these guys are pretty cool, man. I couldn't pass them up, you know what I'm saying? Especially the deal he gave on them. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to see Lucy. Did my screen go small or something? It kind of looks like it went small.
I don't know. But I know I can see it just fine. It's all right.
So everybody wants to see Lucy.
That's up to you. I mean,
if you give me a second, I can pull her out.
All right. We'll wait. We'll wait. So, yeah, guys, super fun. I'm excited. You know, I am gonna kind of pull this back up here again. Actually, you know what? Why don't I go ahead and say what's up to everybody else that came in? Ken, I don't know if I said what's up to you. Thank you so much, Ken. Serpentine, Wayne, and Alice, thank you so much for coming through tonight. And Shane likes the hybrid question. Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure to kind of see what people would throw together. Let's people be mad scientists for a day. And you never know. There's Wolfins and all sorts of weird stuff. Oh, all right. Here we go.
For everybody that
Hello,
knows,
Lucy.
this is Lucy, my rescue possum. Watch out, baby. It's okay. Come on. She is a big girl,
Wow.
very big.
I never seen a possum in real life, I don't think. Maybe like, I don't even know. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Now, what
she's
is
very.
her temperament like? Is she pretty calm, or do you have to worry about like, getting bit or anything like that, or diseases or anything,
Yeah. The main thing with her is her claws.
Yeah.
She doesn't bite me. I mean, she was a rescue when I used to be a reptile keeper at Wild Cargo Pet. She was very tiny. She was probably like this small.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, they found her mom, ran over. All the other siblings were
Oh,
dead. She was the only one that was alive because they found her at the top of the pouch, and she was very lethargic, very pale.
wow.
I had bounced her back with raw goat's milk and all that cool stuff as a young, and I try to be honest with you, I try to release her outside so she can go back to like living in the wild. And this girl would
Yeah.
not walk out of my door. She wouldn't walk out of my door, man. So
Oh,
kind of
wow.
fell in love with her and made her a part of the family. And now people call me the weird guy for having a possum, but I can't lie to you. She's awesome, man. She's awesome.
Is she does she get to like run around a little bit, or do you have her like in her own setup, or how does that work
She
as
has
far as
she,
keeping her?
she has a big rabbit cage in my room, but I
Oh,
do
okay,
let
yeah.
her. She roams around the house,
Nice.
but I gotta keep my dogs away because it's not my dogs who be defensive towards her. It's her that bites my dogs
Oh, yeah. I see.
because she gets scared, so she does bite my dogs. But she's very awesome. She loves to spit on me and rub her scent, which means that possums mark their territory or mark their mate. So she loves to do that with me.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
funny. That's real
this is
cool.
like
She looks real chill.
yeah, she's like my little teddy bear.
Yeah, that is really awesome. Um, what is up, Hales? Yeah, man, she's so pretty. That's
Yeah,
cool, man.
by the way, her name is Lucy, also known as Whiskers.
Oh, okay. Lucy slash Whiskers.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's really awesome, man. Awesome possum.
yeah. Also, that's what I say. I just
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody that knows me from my Instagram, they're literally like, "Where's Lucy? Where?" She gets more attention
Aw.
than me.
Yeah,
She
that's
does. She
really
really.
cool. That definitely is something different for sure, you know what I mean? But really awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, I
everybody
appreciate.
check out the possum if you're coming in. Um, so I don't know if you're ready for this next bit. This next bit is called Pass the Gas. I don't know if you need to put her away, but this next bit is going to be a little bit of time. But we can do it if you're cool with her just chilling with you. I don't mind.
Yeah, no, I'll put her back because she was just sleeping. So I
Oh,
want her.
okay.
Yeah, she's a nocturnal, so she'll wake up at night and be up all night. So I'm gonna let her rest so she can. She'll probably be
Yeah.
up like in another 2 hours, so she'll probably get back to bed for a little bit. But I'll put her back for a
So,
bit.
yeah, no worries. I'm like, this next one, I kind of went crazy with it. For everybody that's familiar with the passer gas bit. Oh, you know what? I did forget to do something. Let me see. I don't know if I can add it during the stream. I really kind of hope I can. Okay, so I'm still on here. Um, you know what? Where is it?
Yeah, it's funny, Kayla. Yeah, she does try to steal my coffee.
All right, so I'm just trying to find something. I actually forgot to upload something. Where is it? Here, I'm sure I can find it on here. There we go. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't freeze or anything on that last one.
Yeah, you did. You
When
did for a little.
I was all frozen. I was all frozen. That's all right.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
But
The face wasn't weird. It was a normal face. You good. You good.
All right. So if you are ready, like I said, everybody went crazy with this. We might be here for a minute. I'm so sorry. Next part, it's called Pass or Gas. And what I do with this segment is I'm going to show you a list of animals or like pictures of animals. We can talk about them if you would like, since I know you're not like breeding ball pythons or everything. So I like literally chose like a whole diverse selection of species and things like that to show you. So for pass or gas, you say whether you would pass on it, like you don't want it in your collection, or gas and you would love to add it. So pass or gas. Let me bring us up to the top. So let's see. And some of these animals, honestly, most of these animals I know nothing about, to be honest. So if there's something that you input or anything you kind of want to discuss, this is a red tegu.
Gas.
Gas. All right.
Simple fact, because I did I had my own tegu. I had a black and white animal female. Once I couldn't get the grandfather's permit, I had to send her off. But
so you guys can't keep tegus? You can't keep tegus in Florida? Oh man. Dang. So this one is pepperoni. So I guess it's a ruby red albino, 50% Posset anery. This thing's so beautiful.
Yeah. So mine was black and white, and you see the anery, which is like the reddish in her. Mine's had the whole bottom belly.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Yeah, I love the fact that with like all these reptiles, like you do get these different mutations and morphs that like, you can pass on beautiful colors or, an awesome pattern. But I would love a tegu, man. It sucks that you guys, it sucks that you guys can't have them. I'm so sorry. Black throat monitor.
Gas.
You got it, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna say gas. Everybody that knows me, I'm big into, and I don't think there's anything that I would say no to. But yeah,
that's all right.
Gas. I love tree
for
monitor.
Sure. Yeah. So, I try to choose like a diverse selection of everything. You can say gas on everything. I'm not picking things, in my opinion, that are like really pass. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's just something that's too hard to keep or whatever. Right. But so yeah, you said green tree monitors, gas.
They're awesome. Yeah, semi-arboreal. Yeah, those are awesome.
Oh yeah. Now this next one, I'm sure I know you already love this one, dude. Baby black dragon. And I got like another picture of it kind of up close. Look at that thing, man.
Yeah, they're beautiful, man. They're beautiful. For those that know Brian at JTK, I'm always telling him to send me his black dragon, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this one is, I can't read that. A blue tree monitor. Okay, blue tree monitor. See, some of these like I gotta learn, but that is really blue. That's really awesome.
100%. Yeah, that's another gas right there, man. I'm big on monitor species, so yeah, that's 100%. Monitors are awesome, bro.
For sure. Oh yeah. And then next I got something a little bit different. A Thai spiky isopod.
Gas. I have I also own 30
different
species of isopods, so yeah.
30 different species?
13.
13? That's still a lot. That's pretty awesome. Isopods are something that
I've never came across the Thai spiky isopod. That's awesome.
I've never seen this, man. This is on all these pictures are from Morph Market, and then look at the size. They put a dime there. I'm sure these are like babies, but some of them I'm sure they stay smaller.
Yeah, it's like a dwarf species type. Yeah. That's awesome.
I just never seen anything like that. Yeah, and some of these, like I'm hoping maybe they're new to people and kind of get their interest in them for themselves. Now these ones I'm sure you're a little bit familiar with is the magic potions. Are those something that you got those?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Now I'm curious,
Military Morph and Christina at Genetic Nerd, two wonderful women that have blessed me with the colonies that I do have, and I also got some other stuff that I'm picking up from Military Morph and Genetic Nerd. So I appreciate them. They're the reason why I have the colonies of isopods that I do have. So I appreciate you, ladies. 100%.
Nice. Yeah, two amazing women in our community. Keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, I love it. Now,
Oh dang, you blew my mind with that isopod. Honestly, I never seen that. That's awesome.
yeah, man, I bet you they're expensive. I know some isopods can get kind of up there because you're not getting too many, like 6 to 10 or something. But they're really awesome, really awesome. Now, these are Mesadillo arcangeli. I've never heard of these Yetis. Have you ever heard of these?
I've heard about them. Yeah, those. If I'm correct, those cost a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
sure.
quite a good. Yeah, gas all the way. Any isopod species, gas all the way.
Rubber duckies.
Like I do tell people, and I'm gonna be honest. If I ever have the money to buy an isopod that costs what these isopods cost, I won't buy it for the simple fact that I'd rather take that amount of money and put it into my reptiles. As far as variety of feeders, more feeders, I'm not gonna go and spend that type of money on an isopod, knowing I can use that amount of money and put it back to all my reptiles.
Yeah, no, I get it
I like
sure.
To buy fish. I like to buy salmon sometimes and spoil my monitors. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff gets costly. So I'm not gonna go spend $100 on 5 isopods when I can spend $100 on some good feeders for my animals. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I get it. Like, I would love to get, into isopods and starting cultures and things like that. But man, like if I really wanted to go into it, I'm like the type of person that would just go like all in. You know what I mean? Like I would want to spend some money, maybe. You know what I mean? That's why I got to pick and choose what I work with carefully. Because also too, like maybe I'll get like a ton of isopods. I'm like, well, I just spent all this money. Now I kind of don't want to work with them or something. You know what I mean? So it's really got to make sure that it's something you enjoy and something that you are really going to give, attention to.
Yeah, and every isopod is kind of different of caretaking. Some are arid, some more, humid species. And I learned that as I started growing into it. So yeah, they're not pretty easy to caretake either.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's something I've been learning too is they're all a little bit different, require different, humidities, temperatures, and isopods are interesting. I definitely need to do some more research. Now, this next one, I don't know if a lot of people might get creeped out. So if you guys get creeped out by creepy crawlies, I'm sorry. You getting a centipede?
You got me right there, brother.
For real?
So
okay.
I've worked with them before.
And
I'll pass.
Sure.
I'll pass.
So yeah, we're like in the inverted
scorpions. I'm sorry. I also own scorpions. I forgot to tell you. Yeah. I love scorpions.
Nice. All right. Well, this one's a fun one. Goliath bird eater.
Yes.
I can't believe just seeing that picture right there, how big that they actually get. That could definitely devour a bird. For sure. That thing's
it gets bigger than that.
Man.
So they get about the size of a dinner plate.
Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's really crazy.
Keep them, but with the temperatures inside this room, I will have to house them in my bedroom because how hot it is. And my wife will probably kick my butt if I have a big spider like that in my bedroom.
Yeah. And here's another really pretty one, but I don't know much. I don't know anything about, not like anything, but like tarantulas and spiders, I probably know very, very little about. But I can just tell that this looks beautiful. Yeah.
That's beautiful, yeah, man. That's beautiful. I would definitely work with something like that. I'm big into variety of species. I won't get too much arachnids, especially like spiders, for the simple fact that they're very fragile. Very fragile.
Yeah.
You drop them just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can lose them. And then the temperatures and all that in here, yeah, I'll lose them in a matter of like maybe a month or so from just temperature levels and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's too hot.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a cave
Salamander.
salamander. This is like the only salamander I actually pulled up on this, but I thought he looked kind of cool.
I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe a nice little water feature bioactive system with a nice little rainforest ecosystem. Maybe, who knows? I've worked with them at Wild Cargo Pets at the Reptile Keeper. I worked with marbled and tiger salamanders. Not this type, but they're cool. They're cool. This is basically a species that you honestly would be more of a seeing from a tank, not being able to handle too much and all that.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
cool. They're pretty cool.
All right. Getting into some frogs and things like that. This translucent pink mutant. I don't know if mutant is like part of that, like the morph. I don't know what, like I said, I just see some cool stuff. I like to put it out there, maybe you know something a little bit about them.
That's awesome. I mean, it looks like you're kind of like a Mexican horn. You know what I'm saying? It looks a little bit like a Pac-Man in a way. I mean, I've had Pac-Mans. I have a Cuban tree frog now, in a bioactive system. So yeah, frogs are cool, man. I had red-eye tree frogs, but when I ended up having a seizure, I did lose them. Yeah, my son was caretaking. There was certain tanks he kind of forgot to miss, and we did lose them. You know, simple mistake. We all learn from our mistakes. But yeah, frogs are cool, man. I don't mind frogs at all.
All right. Well, I do have a couple more.
A marine toad. A marine toad frog. They get pretty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, for sure. I was thinking about pulling some up. I don't think I did. Samurai Blue Pac-Man. There's a Pac-Man for you. I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I've
But
seen those. Oh yeah.
These things are so interesting again. I don't know if I don't know, pass a guess.
I'd pass on that one because I'd probably laugh at it every day. It looks funny, man. It looks like he's mad
for sure.
at the same time.
Right. Getting into some basic stuff. Some Amazon milk tree frogs.
Yeah, those are awesome. I've seen them in person as well. Those are awesome.
Yep, they are for sure. I was thinking about pulling up, a lot more like milk frogs, dart frogs, things like that. But I just know it's like one of those rabbit holes where you like go down it and you just like can get all mesmerized by like the 100 of whatever they got. Master tree frog. I don't know if I've ever heard of this, but I thought it looked really interesting.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Nice little camouflage to it. Looks pretty nice. Yeah, I don't have against frogs. Tree frogs are pretty cool, man. You know what I'm saying? They stay stuck to the glass all day. They really don't do much.
Yeah, for sure.
They're pretty cool.
And this next one is the last on my frog species. Dendro, I don't know. But they call it a poop frog, bird poop frog. And I guess it makes sense why they would want to call it that.
Right.
But I actually do think it is.
I could imagine how big they could probably stay small, but yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's definitely how a good large to definitely have a nice hideout and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If you set up something around that coloration, that the animal's gonna be properly.
It's really interesting. Ghost tiger, het genetic stripe, reticulated python, man.
It doesn't matter
I know it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I would love a retic. I just can't, man. I can't.
Yeah. We got a Woma python. I've always been fascinated by these. They're just, to me, they're beautiful. But what do you think of them? Pass or gas?
Yeah, they're awesome. Gas all the way. I love snakes.
Gas
all the way. Yeah, gas all the way.
You got it.
My wife will probably hear me. Oh yeah. I've had snappers. I had the common Florida snapper. I've had a couple of them.
Nice.
I forgot what they call that little part. If you go back to that picture and you see the mouth, that pink spot is what they normally.
Oh yeah.
They use that to lure fish.
Oh, okay. I have seen maybe some videos or something about that. Okay, so that's what's going on there.
Yeah, they lure.
Yeah, really interesting.
Or they lure fish to come in kind of close and bang.
And here's another cool species is the Mata Mata.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I couldn't find like the best picture of it because the way that their head is, it's so interesting. It looks like they're yeah, like they're like eyes I think are underneath or something like that. So they're just real interesting looking. But have you ever
Yeah.
worked with those?
I've not never the most I've ever worked with was snappers. I've worked I've worked with a lot of aquatic turtles, albino red ears. I've worked with pink belly side necks. I've worked with man, I can't even remember right now. But when I was at Wild Cargo Pets, I've worked with a variety of uh of aquatic turtles, box turtles, also wood turtles. I've worked with redfoots,
Gotcha.
yellowfoots, Herman's tortoises. They're
Yeah.
awesome. Tortoises are cool too.
Yeah. I didn't put any tortoises in this. I should have. I should have. But man, dude, I got way too many. I went wild today.
I
So I
know.
got a couple carpet pythons. You into carpet pythons? Would
Yeah,
because
I've had
I got this one, and
I,
this one. So
I've had one just like that. Like the first one you just showed, I had one like that. I
yeah,
had a female coastal carpet. I mean jungle carpet. She
yeah.
was about 8.5 feet.
Mm,
She was, but I did rehome her for the simple fact that, when Jay's Reptilife first started, we was running reptiles on an 8x10 shed, and I
okay.
wasn't able to have my animals in here. And that was the
Yeah.
time I had the female, and she needed a bigger tank. So I said I wasn't able to provide that size tank inside that 8x10. So I did give her
Mm,
to a buddy of mine. But man, I wish I would have knew I would have moved in here. If not, I would still have that girl.
okay.
Yeah,
Now
they're
here are
all
two other different carpet pythons. But I didn't know that carpet python. Like I knew there was like different morphs and things like that, I guess. But I didn't know that you could make stuff like this. So this is Xanthic 100% het granite female. So I guess so it's Xanthic with the hat in there. But that's I don't know. To me, that's gas for sure.
100% gas. 100%.
Same with
Full,
this.
full
This
stock.
one's freaking out of the world, man. Full
That is
blood
amazing.
hypo, stonewash, centrillion, carpet python. That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
gas all the way, man.
All
And,
right,
and,
I
and
think we're
it's amazing. It's amazing what people do in the hobby. You know what I'm saying? And where do they take lineage and all that cool stuff?
hmm
Different. It's pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I love this hobby and I love what people do. Um,
Yep.
just for the simple fact of what you come across. You know what I'm saying? What you come across, some amazing stuff out there, man.
Yeah,
And
it never gets boring.
no, never, never at all, man.
So I think we're winding down to the gecko portion. So I did pull up some of these. I think I actually went to like the highest price. So I think some of these are actually pretty pricey.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a G3 female orange stripe gargoyle gecko.
That's gas all the way. That's
Oh
gas.
yeah,
Probably
gas,
like
gas, gas.
8,000. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, look at
yeah,
this one, man.
yeah, yeah.
Six stripe red gargoyle. This one is just so beautiful. I think I do have a price, or no, I don't have the price tag on this one, but I do have price tags on the next couple. This thing's just
Oh,
amazing. So this is a sablemorph. Now, do you know anything about this at all? I'm curious. The
I think
sable or the crested gecko?
I think that's it's like part of the Harley Quinn line, if I'm correct.
Okay. It might be. Let me pull this up. It might have a little description too, but
It's like a little
check
bit
this
of
out, guys.
gecko. I know we got more crested gecko people in here. If we got the mentors and stuff like that, you know more of those genetics than me, but yeah, crested
Now
geckos are
check
cool.
this out.
I have 6 crested.
$35,000, bro. That's
Nah, I
insane.
don't know what line that is. That's definitely like a Harley Quinn, Tiger Brindle, something on top of something.
Oh man, bro. It looks beautiful, but man, 35K. I didn't even know that geckos got to that at all. Same with this next one.
Jeez.
Really beautiful, I guess. Xanthic lily white, probable female.
Yeah,
This,
Xantic it's beautiful. Yeah, I know that's up
okay,
there. I know that's up there in price. Yeah,
25.
100%. Ouch.
And it's so funny because even when I go on Morph Market for like ball pythons, It's really hard to find a ball python that's $35,000. Not that it's hard, because they definitely exist, but I was really surprised to find geckos in that price range. Extreme Harlequin tricolor pinstripe. Beautiful, man.
Awesome. It's funny because I have your normal Harley Quinn. I have
Okay.
Pinstripe, but I could imagine. Does it say the price on that one?
I don't think I have the price on this one. Yeah. Some of these are pricey, I'm sure, though. I'm sure.
That's
Then
amazing.
next up, so this is similar. Red Harlequin with porthole Scotch times Scotch crossed with ginger. Yeah. See all this stuff. I don't even know, man. But
Yeah, that's gas all the way. I have 6 crested geckos.
okay. And this is like probably got to be one of my favorite. I just love the white, man. The lily whites.
Yeah, lily whites are awesome. I mean, I haven't seen a lily white like that one.
Is that like is it different, or
That's
is it like
white contrast. That's definitely high white contrast on that lily white.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen lily whites with more coloration and stuff like that to it, but that one's that one's smoked out, white out. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
try to
beautiful.
find the best pictures. And I
That's
got
all
a
the way.
couple different left. What does that say? I can't even see it. RTB, OG
Ready
Tang.
tangerine. I have tangerine.
Okay.
Leopard geckos,
So
yeah,
yeah. And Bullet Stripe Gem Snow.
that's gas.
And then last one. Here we are. Clown. I never even heard of these. To me, beautiful, man. I don't know.
Gas.
What do you say?
Yeah, beautiful, 100%.
Gas. All
Gas
right.
all.
I know that was a little stretched out,
Gas
but
all.
I couldn't
That's
help it,
awesome.
man. I had to show like all sorts of cool stuff, and like considering that you're not like breeding ball pythons or anything like that, right?
I got one
Um,
pair here, yeah.
oh, okay, gotcha. But like having you on and having you have such a diverse collection, I want to like show everything, kind of switch it up a little bit, because if I just show ball pythons, it's just, I do that with other people, but it's nice to be able to see the variety of animals that exist, and like that's the not even the tip of the iceberg. That's like a snowflake on that iceberg. You know what I mean? As far as like what's out there, what's available.
Yeah, what people
But
produce
yeah,
and what's amazing, man.
for sure. So that was that. I love doing that every week. Yeah. So what do you think, man, about that little bit? Like I did kind of stretch it out way longer than I probably should have, but
No,
hopefully you
that's good.
enjoyed seeing some cool stuff.
I mean, I'm a normal person who hangs on Morph Market
Mm.
pretty like a couple hours a day just watching stuff and what's out there. I like to stay on top of genetics and stuff like that, and what's out there, what's like downgrading and what's kind of coming up and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to be to see that stuff, man. 100%.
Yeah. And every week I want to like bring out things that people probably don't know about, whether it's like a certain morph in a ball python, or certain crested geckos, or species of invertebrates or something like that. Just to like get people knowing what's out there and things like that.
Right. No, that's cool,
Um,
man.
for sure. So I'm curious. Are you breeding anything right now? Like what breeding projects you got going on?
So right now we have a pair of Ackie monitors breeding.
Okay, nice.
We have a red and yellow Euromastis pair breeding.
Okay.
And then we have just almost 3,800 gram normal female to a pied, just for some head pies for future projects.
Okay.
So that's really about it. Like I said, I'm not big into breeding, man. I just love being a keeper, man. But I am breeding a couple stuff because I would love to have it in production. But I just love being a hobbyist, man. Like we did produce captive bred tokay geckos, but you know what I'm saying, unfortunately we did lose the babies. So we do have a male and female who naturally have their own bioactive. So we always keep an eye out for tokays, because tokays will always be something on the list. They will naturally just do their own thing because they have their own big bioactive. But yeah, nothing major. Just red Ackies, red and yellow Euromastis pair, and just head pods.
Gotcha. And that's a good point about something you just said. So are you doing bioactive stuff, or is it
Yeah,
different all bioactive
yeah.
enclosures if you can?
Bioactive. I have, I'm saying natural setups. I have bearded
Mm.
dragons and tiles, bearded dragons in a small natural setup. I like to I like to still display something natural for each species. What I'm saying, but also show people that hey, you can go this route and keep them in this route and still keep them living well as long as you properly take care of them. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to pick your brain. Like throughout the weeks or years or whatever, as far as like you got so much stuff. If I feel like I want to get into something, I can probably come to you and you know something about it or some way to help me out or to be able to set up, my terrariums and enclosures and things like that. So
shoot,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
that's
always
why
I'm,
that's why I'm fascinated by who you are and your brand and like what you're doing because it's not just like focus on one thing. It's like you have a little bit of everything and I love that. So
yeah, I
um
mostly fell in love with rescues and surrenders, man. That's
oh
where it really
okay.
started. Yeah. I've had my own exotics, but I mostly fell in love with rescues and surrenders. I kind of get upset when you meet people who want an animal, but they don't wanna give the time and their passion to what the animal needs and the timing for the animals, the gut load of insects, the supplements, and you come across animals with metabolic bone disease or animals that are impacted. Right now
Yeah.
we took in a male Supermax snow that has clogged sperm ducts because the animal didn't have
Oh,
humidity, so he wasn't releasing his sperm even to drag it on the floor naturally. So it all kind of
oh,
got clogged inside. But we took him to the vet. We got antibiotics for him. The vet didn't do the procedure, so I took part as being a keeper and all that, and did the procedure by myself. And we have him bouncing back little by little.
oh, wow. Yeah, that's really good. I know, yeah, there's like a lot of people in our community that they do deal with a lot of rescues, and it is actually really inspiring. I think when I actually got into the reptile thing, like I think the first group of people that I started following and watching were people that dealt with a lot of rescues, and it's really good because whether it's those people that are trying to give an animal the best quality of life despite it not having the best quality of life. You know what I mean? Where they're really, taking care of those, bearded dragons with, missing toes or geckos with missing tails or, metabolic bone disease or, whatever it is that they still deserve a chance at life. And I think that's important. So,
Oh, for those that know me, they know that I have a few metabolic bone disease bearded dragon. I have a male bearded dragon named Gunner. Gunner is the metabolic bone disease survivor because
mm,
how bad his how bad metabolic bone disease was. Me and the vet didn't think he was gonna make it. Um, this bearded dragon was as flat as like paper,
oh
bone.
man. Yeah.
Uh, Very dark colored. We went through like 5 different antibiotics for him. And Gunner, honestly, right now, I would not give it to him. I would not give him to no home. I would keep him as an educational, dragon to teach people that hey, this is what happens when you neglect or when you don't have the proper knowledge on keeping a dragon and knowing, wattage of bulbs, what type of lighting, how far away from their basking point, the lighting. Because with dragons, you want to make sure you have a proper distance from their lighting so they can receive a proper spectrum from that lighting, especially UVB, being that it helps with
Mm.
bone strength. Um, and I guess Gunner was just raised with a regular house light, like an LED light, and
Oh,
it took his body and it twisted his body. His hands were upside down, but they're naturally like this, but the wrist
yeah.
turned.
Oh,
So Gunner,
wow.
I called him Gunner because he dragged himself like an army man to get around.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But Gunner honestly to this day he's striving. He's doing well. He's has a lot of weight on him, and he's one metabolic bone disease survivor that I would never get rid of it. You can never reverse MBD, but you could sustain it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
him every 6 months, I just make sure that I get like shots of like calcium and all that, and I'll give it to
Oh,
him, stuff like that, so he can get more calcium and all that, and just make sure I keep an eye on his weight, and what he's taking in. He also
yeah.
doesn't have any teeth because having no lighting, no UVB lighting, he didn't develop teeth, so he actually
Mm,
has like no teeth at all. So with his foods, we gotta give him very, very fine shredded greens, and feed him little by little so he don't choke on it. With
yeah.
bugs, we can't feed him super worms. We can't feed him big roaches. And if I do
Huh.
feed him hornworms, they have to be chopped in pieces so he don't choke on it.
Yeah.
He's one that we got to be patient with, but he does well, man.
Mm. Yeah, that's really good, man. Yeah, I really respect people for being able to do that for their animals because, yeah, you're putting a lot more time, work, and effort into, keeping that animal, as happy and healthy as you can. And I think a lot of people probably just don't want to take that time. You know what I mean? Like if they, get an animal in their, well, they probably just wouldn't buy the animal or, adopt it, because they want pristine genetics and pristine animals, which, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But, there's so many animals that were just neglected, and yeah, just under the wrong, like UVB, like you said, or just regular lights or no heating pads or this or that. And it really kind of affects the way that animal develops. And
Yeah.
so I definitely commend anybody who's, taken in rescues, because it's important. You know what I mean?
Uh, I have from your normal bearded dragon to a zero bearded dragon. I have high reds. I have high genetic bearded dragons in here, and I still would not deny a rescue or one that's surrendered that needs help. My
Mm,
thing is I can't see an animal. It's like us seeing a homeless person in the street that's going through an issue and not wanting to give them a hand. At the end of the day, we're all
yeah.
human. We all deserve a little pick me up, a little boost in life, and I can only imagine the pain that they're going through without getting what they need. If you
Yeah.
don't mind, I'll grab him real quick and I'll show the public how he's looking now.
Sure. Yeah. You can. Yeah. You can absolutely do that. What's up, 905? Thank you for coming out, man. Hope you're doing well tonight. Um, you're saying breeders should do more than just sell animals. A lot of breeders only care about the money, not educating buyers. Yeah, that's absolutely true. All right, let me pull you up here.
I'll show you real quick. So obviously Gunner doesn't look like your normal dragon. If you see his face, it's snubbed in.
Mm. Okay, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
His mouth, if I could show you, you see the lip.
Yeah.
It's all like pink thin, and his lips popped out.
Uh-huh.
See here from his spine. If you would have seen him when he was very skinny, his spine, this bone was popped up, and he has wide leg stance.
Yeah.
And then
He's
you
a
see
cute guy, though. He's a cute little bearded dragon, though.
his bone is popped
Oh,
out.
wow. Huh.
He has, but what was awesome was that his hands were upside down.
Mm.
But with calcium supplements and all that, that got fixed on his own. He was able to get his hands,
Wow.
but if you see, there's indenting inside his wrist.
Huh.
Yeah, just from the bone disease and all that. And I won't try to open his mouth, but he doesn't have any teeth, no teeth at all.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Gunner. Gunner was literally, I don't know, for those who are in the comment that remember when I first got him, he was flat as a pancake. You can see his spine. If you see his spine, it's kind of like off track a little bit.
Yeah.
So he was like very twisted and all that, bumpiness here. Man, he was lacking on so much. He was very dehydrated. The guy was basically like falling apart, like almost at his deathbed. And I didn't want to give up on him. I didn't want to just take him to a vet and just put him down. I wanted to at least see if there was hope for him.
Yeah.
And he's doing good. And Gunner, honestly, I'm proud to be a keeper that will try to provide that service for an animal, because all I care is about longevity. I don't care about having the most expensive animal. I don't care about having something better than the next keeper. I just care about seeing an animal strive and provide longevity. And if I can help
Mm.
an animal with neglection see more years of life, it makes me a wonderful keeper, and I think that's priceless. You know what I'm saying? That makes me happier than being anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I came in the hobby for, was to help surrenders and neglected. And yes, I have my own exotics, but this is the main purpose. And Gunner is one. Gunner is one that reminds me every day to never forget, like, one, where I came from. Never forget the
Yeah.
people that helped me coming up. Um, and what life can hit you with when you have proper people. So if you see he tries to get around, he has a wide leg stance. That's
Yeah.
just from the bone disease. So he doesn't get
Mm.
around properly. And if you see his hand, his wrist does it. This one over here, and this one, the bone, doesn't straighten out too well. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, we treat him just like everything else here. There's no better animal. There's no animal that means a lot more to me than the next one. They're all the same. I treat everybody the same, and yes, it does take a lot of time. It is sad if you have a heart and you see animals that are going downhill. It does hurt, but it does make you happy when you see them bounce back.
Yeah.
Never
No,
be
that's awesome,
100%.
man.
He'll at least be able to see a good amount of more years of his life.
For sure.
Yeah,
I like how you said it's kind of like seeing like a homeless person, and you want to reach out there and help them. You know what I mean? It's, like they can come off the streets and recover, and maybe they're a little bit different than somebody else who hasn't gone through that situation, but it's nice to be able to see that you've worked with your animals to that way, or that way where they can, recover as best as they possibly can. And they're in good hands, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And like I said,
you've done amazing.
I have from zeros. I have red hypotranslucents. I have high yellow citrus with blue bars. I have genetic stripe. I have expensive dragons. You know what I'm saying? But this guy
Hmm.
means to me just like every other dragon. You know what I'm saying? They're living animals. Just like us. We have a heart. We have life. You know what I'm saying? And imagine what would have happened if somebody would have got him and just put him down. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's
Yeah.
like us being born handicapped, or and then people seeing that we won't be able to strive in life, and instead of just leaving us alive and helping us, they'll just be quick to let us go. It's just it's harsh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For
So
sure. Yeah. No, absolutely. Um, I was thinking about saying something, but I don't know if I will. But it's really awesome that you've been doing that, man. Um, yeah. So I was gonna say something, guys, but I just don't want to put it in this live. But I had a friend that recently died. He was born with a rare skin condition and everything, but he lived well past the years that they thought he was gonna live to. So, but
sorry to
it's
hear
kind
that.
of like the same thing. Yeah, I had this friend. Oh, I guess maybe I can say a little bit about it, but I don't want it to be the focus or anything. But I had a friend who died in I think it was July, and but he was born with like a rare skin condition where like his the outer layer of his skin doesn't stick to his body, so he had like blisters and full bandages and everything. But people who are born like that don't really make it past a couple years in life. Probably don't make it to their teens, and but he lived to be like almost 30. You know what I mean? Which is like far exceeded anyone's expectations, and but it was nice because he had a lot of support around him, and that's kind of how it is like with animals. Like it might not be the most pristine animal, it might come out deformed or whatever, but it can still have a quality of life. And I'm sure in their head, like they're just like every other bearded dragon or whatever, you know what I mean? And they just want to be happy too. And it's really nice to be able to place them in the hands of somebody that really will put that extra time into giving them that quality of life and that longevity that they deserve. So
100%,
yeah.
100%, man. That's
But
all that matters.
it's also too like this, I guess, like maybe it's like this way with the animals, but like with my friend and everything, it keeps you humble, it keeps you grateful, and you know, like, yeah, I would be there like at his hospital visits, and I would be there, you know, helping him out with like his wheelchair and this and that, and it makes you really respect life and to never complain about the things that you go through because you know, if you can think of a, you know, the hard times that we've had in our life, somebody's, you know, got it way worse. And yeah, like with the animals, you know, they deserve the best. So
100%.
so I kind of want to move on, kind of like wrapping up a little bit. I got a couple more questions if you got the time.
Yeah, all
But
for it.
um what sort of things can we do in the community to be better? You know, are there things that we as a community can do to you know, make things more positive or better for us or for the animals?
Oh, 100%. One is always it doesn't matter how much knowledge you have, is just always be willing to learn more. Asking questions, being involved. Um, you know, One big thing is knowing what's going on out there. It's not just about keeping animals, but also being aware of what's going on um, with the laws that's around
Mm,
reptile keeping.
okay.
A lot of people want to keep reptiles, but they don't want to support the cause.
Yeah.
On what's going on. I speak about it a lot. Some people get upset, but remember, guys, being a part and supporting USARC and USARC Florida, which is two amazing organizations, separate entities, but basically two organizations that stand by us um, as keepers to help us keep our rights as keepers. You know what I'm saying? Let's be willing to learn on what's going on. Stay aware with your laws and regulations in your cities and your states. And if you know something, share it. Share it to the next person. New
Yeah.
keepers, teach them what's going on. Teach them how to be a responsible keeper. It's not just about keeping an animal. It's about educating yourself on what the animal needs. It's not just life. You don't just buy. I tell people you don't buy an animal with lights and just plug and play. That's not how it
Yeah.
works. It doesn't matter if you have the proper lights. You don't just plug and play. You have to learn your distances, humidity levels, supplements, what your animals are taking in, proper gut loaded feeders. Um, do you exercise a healthy gut as far as implementing when giving them different feeders, different greens, stuff like that. It's reptile keeping and being in this community. Just be an open book to
Yeah.
learn. It doesn't matter what I learn, what I know. I'm always willing to learn and willing to help people. Education is key. Knowledge can never be taken away from you. So why not share what you know? You know what I'm saying? And always be willing to
Mm.
learn.
Now, I do know that you are like a huge ambassador for USARC, USARC Florida. Is there anything else that you kind of want to say about that?
I mean, other than basically just be a part of it, man. I know people.
Mm.
There's a lot of people out there that say, "Hey, I only have one reptile. I don't need to worry about this." You do. Um, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one big thing for people, because a lot of people think that I don't work for USARC. I don't work for USARC Florida. I
Yeah.
don't get paid for anything. I'm just a reptile keeper like everybody else. I'm just one that knows that it's going down, guys. It's going down. We're a part of a organization that wants to be shut down.
Yeah.
They want to take everything away from us, and we need to join forces as a big community and speak up against what's going on. As far as what I'm saying, contacting your senators, what I'm saying, holding meetings, and even speaking to your peoples on social media, whatever even if it's a little bit, share it to the next person. Um, and one big thing for people is if you go to shows, just share, make an awareness, share whatever you know, There's a lot of
Sure.
laws going on right now. A lot of people might be confused and say, hey, I go into their website and it's hard to understand all these codes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, ask questions, follow them on social media. They do go live, they do speak at events. When they do so, just be an open ear and be willing to to hear what's going on. There's a lot of people who support. There's a lot of people who are involved. And like I said, I'm not here to act like better than nobody. I'm just a keeper like everybody else. And I live in Florida, and this is where it starts. And if it gets affected here, everywhere else is going down.
Yep, 100%.
The state, we can't afford to lose. 100%. Like I said,
Yeah.
think about it, guys. It's, to be honest with you, even with the breeding of the black terrapin, diamondback terrapins, like there are a population of aquatic turtles that are low in numbers, and guess what? We wouldn't even be able to get a shot to breed them in captivity.
Oh man.
So,
yeah.
And again, I'm saying in the 1800s, FWC introduced the peacock bass as a best sports fishing fish here in Florida, and now they're overpopulated in canals and different. So it's like, we're actually in an unfair fight right now, but it doesn't give us a reason why not to be a positive impact and to share the awareness. Like I said, I just got into this hobby, you know what I'm saying, like no more than 4.5, 5 years ago. And I'm just trying to be a positive role model and someone that can be the spark to something. You know what I'm saying? Look what it took. I did a 24-hour live challenge with the help of
so I was actually about to bring this up. Yeah, I was about to bring this up. This is going to be my next thing. So I'm so glad you mentioned it, Kayla, because this was my next thing. So yeah, continue. I'm so sorry. I was so excited about this part because I think what you did was amazing, raising money for USARK. Was it USARK or USARK Florida? It was USARK Florida?
It was for USARK Florida. It was for USARK Florida. So yeah, but before we speak about that, like I said, yes, guys. Long story short, just make sure whatever you know, share it, cause an awareness. You know, if you can be a part of the organization, become a member, awesome. If you can donate, awesome. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest, don't do it because the next person's doing it. Do it because you're a keeper and genuinely that's what you feel in your heart. Don't do anything out of attention or because somebody else is doing it. Doing it because at the end of the day, it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And in the long run, even if we do lose, we didn't lose out of nothing negative. We tried to fight for something positive, and at least we tried. You know what I'm saying? That's all we could do. But just support USARK and USARK Florida. Become aware, share the awareness, and just let's hope for the best. And as one team, one fight, we can hopefully hope for the best for the future, especially for our future generation, our kids, nephews. You know what I'm saying? And all that.
For sure. And how was that when you did the 24-hour live? Like, what inspired you to do it that way?
So basically, I sat down to myself one day and I was kind of upset of everything that's been going on. And just watching all the laws, and then as months pass by, they start having blacklists. They start putting more stuff in the blacklist. And I was busy. I spoke to Kayla about this. I said, I'm one at this point. This is what I said. I said, I'm one that's busy as a reptile keeper. I'm one that's busy as a husband. I'm one that doesn't make much money to keep just donating and donating and donating. I said, how can I do something and not only raise money for them, but cause an impact to the public? And I said, this is what I said. So Kayla's my witness. I said, I want to do an overnight challenge to see how much money we could raise for USARK Florida. I told Kayla, I do not want to get in contact with USARK Florida. I just want to do this out the blue, see what we can help them with, and go on with my day. Because I don't do things out of attention. I don't do things out of attention.
Yeah.
So I said, Kayla, I need you to make me a flyer if you can make me a flyer. She's like a sister of mine, so she'll help me with anything that she knows. Whatever I come up with, she believes in me 100%. So I said, I need you to make a flyer. She makes me a flyer. This flyer does not say overnight. This flyer says 24-hour fundraiser. So it went from an overnight challenge to a 24-hour live challenge.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God, I messed up. I said, no. Let's leave it. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I thought maybe we was gonna go and just raise like $400 to $500. I said, man, if we could, people don't understand. These guys pay $500 to $600 an hour just for a lawyer. $500 to $600
Yeah.
for an hour for a lawyer. So people don't understand what's going on behind closed doors. I do, because me and Kayla sat down and spoke with Daniel, the president of USR, and everyone. And honestly, I said, you know what, just leave it. We're gonna go by doing this. We said everything. We posted everything in social media. Everybody thought it was awesome to do, until the day it happened. The day it happened, I was working my normal shift at Wild Cargo Pets, got out, came home, fed, took care of the animals, and went straight inside my tortoise and chameleon enclosure. And I said, we're gonna be locked here for 24 hours, and we're gonna see how much money we could raise for USARK Florida. With the help of the community and me being impacted of how great this community is when we unite together and we fight together, what we can do as a team. Um, it was a very emotional experience. I'm gonna be honest with you. Mentally, physically, it was emotional because, wow, it got me inspired.
Yeah.
Man, we were literally, yeah. She bought me Red Bulls and Poncho. Yeah, she literally helped me with my little pack. She's an awesome person. I'm gonna be honest with you. She's an awesome person.
Oh yeah.
We man, we got connected with big names. Tom Crutchfield, the Tarzan. We got David from Geckos. We got Kevin McCurley from Nerd. Billy from Mutation Creation. Man, we had everybody get in there, guys, and what this community did together and the numbers that we got up to, man, we surpassed $1,800 in an hour.
Wow.
So donations just kept coming in. The support, the people that stood with me. It was so amazing. I didn't even sleep at all. I stood to 24 hours straight awake. Wet, sweaty, bit. I was bit by bugs. My back was all messed up from the ants and stuff. Like it was crazy, man. To I don't mean to be nasty, but to urinate in a bucket inside of an enclosure.
Yeah.
And also, there was some challenges. If we met a certain criteria of prices, we had to do stuff. So I had to eat live crickets.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, there was so much stuff that happened that went down, but I didn't think it would get like out there, and there's so much people that recognize me as the guy who did the 24-hour live challenge for USARK Florida. It happened yesterday.
Yeah.
We went to the expo. People who ran up to me and noticed me just for that.
Yeah.
And then we said if we completed that challenge and if we raised more than $5,000, I would get the USARK tattoo, and we did. So if you guys see, that's where we got the
That's awesome.
tattoo, because we did reach the 5,000, and we
Wow.
actually almost hit $8,000 in a fundraiser. So now it inspired me to push forward, hope for the best, and now we're looking for a 36-hour live fundraiser that we're going to be doing.
Wow.
So
wow. Is that something you have scheduled, or is it's like out, like an idea right now, or like
it's
working
in the
on
works.
it?
It's in the works, because I want to be able to have challenges in it. I want to be able to put certain prices, a certain amount. I'm sorry, and have challenges. I want to take it 10 times more than what we did, to see how much more we can raise, but also have fun with the public. From even like a one-on-one Uno game with like a viewer, on a live. Like we want to do as much stuff to make it fun, but I just also want to keep the awareness up there and just show the public that if you believe in something, you can do it. Honestly, Kayla knows from the bottom of my heart, I never thought we would pass $500-$600, because I'm a very humble person. And I said, I think even if we raise that is awesome. You know what I'm saying? And the community blew me out of my socks, man. We almost hit $8,000 in 24 hours, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
That really is amazing. That is honestly, because I remember when it was going on, I don't know, I might have been working, but then I would like tune in, like before work and then after work, and I'm like, man, of course this guy's still going, and then I would go, kind of see that you had, I think you had like Billy and Kevin McCurley and like all these people just come on and be out there to support you and the cause. And
I think at one point we had 18,000 viewers
at the same time.
No, at one time we had a Tarzan. We had Mike.
Yeah. What?
Mike,
Oh, yep. Mike. Yep.
the thing blew up
Wow.
to 18,000. It was so amazing that when the fundraiser
Wow.
ended, I had over 500 followers, new followers. It was crazy, man. Yeah, it was live on.
Yeah. That's really awesome.
It was awesome.
Wow.
It brought a lot of joy in my heart. I'm not gonna lie to you. It brought a lot of joy. I teared up. I teared up. I'm man enough to say the truth. I teared up, and
Yeah.
I told my wife,
I
I was
got
like,
you.
for like a week straight, I kept telling my wife, man, I didn't think we could do this. Um, I got phone calls from like Daniel, the president of USARC, and everybody's like, oh my God, we didn't know who you was 2 days ago, and we feel like we've known you for a long time. Like it's amazing. It's amazing to have great people believe in you, because
Yeah.
Daniel, I'll be honest with you, 2 days before the event, Daniel didn't know who I was. He told me honestly, he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know who you are. He's like, but I hear so much stuff about you. And he's like, we'll see what happens. And then we did the event. He joined the live. He's like, man, you're nuts. He's like, you're nuts. I'm over there. I'm over there misting myself with a Mist King because it's so hot. I turned my reptile Mist King on. I'm getting soaked.
Yeah.
You know, it was just crazy, man. It was just crazy. It was
Yeah,
humbling
man.
and very, very amazing to do it, man. And we're looking forward to doing more events. Whatever we
Okay.
could, whatever we could to help.
That's awesome. That's inspiring. Um, and yeah, man, like mad props to you and everybody that was there supporting as well. And everybody who donated. It's a great cause, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to see your 36 hour. I'll definitely be there to support you, at least in the chat or, whatever I can do to help. I'm, going to promote that, so whenever that time comes around, man, yeah, I'm going to do what I can to support you. And if you guys aren't subscribed to Jay's channel or his Instagram, please go there and subscribe. So I feel like this would be a good place to kind of wrap up the interview, because to me, there's nothing more inspiring than that. It leaves me almost speechless. I kind of like get a little bit emotional just even thinking about the fact that you're out there doing that, and making such a huge impact, in our community and for USARC Florida, and for hobbyists and reptile keepers. Man, like you really put yourself out there. You had a goal. You committed to it, and yeah, man, that's so inspiring. So, one of my last questions is, what advice do you have for anyone looking to get into keeping and breeding reptiles?
Man, always honestly, before anything, ask questions. Do your research, and always connect yourself with people that honestly are in the same ball game as you. So if it's something that you
Yeah,
want to do, reptile keeping, just involve yourself around with people that's doing the same thing, so it can inspire you to have more of a passion and be willing to know more and learn more, and just never hesitate to ask questions. I don't think like there's ever a wrong question to ask. There's no dumb question, there's no wrong question. Asking questions and not staying quiet helps you become better and learn and grow more. Um, and don't rush yourself. Don't rush yourself into the reptile game. Don't.
yeah,
Um, you don't wanna go head over heels and then kind of crash. Go into it with an intentions of it's something that you really want to do, something you care for, and remember always that the animals are innocent. So they can't get up, they can't feed themselves, they can't give themselves supplements. So don't ever say that, oh, they can wait a day, or they can go without for a
yeah,
little bit. No, just take care of them as you take care of yourself. As you wake up every
yeah,
day, you make sure you brush your teeth, have breakfast, take your vitamins. Do the same thing with them. Animals are a living animal just like us, and they're very innocent. They don't deserve to be neglected or treated like crap like most people do. So just take care of them and love them like you love yourself. And always be willing to ask questions and learn, man. And there's people out there. Don't hesitate. There's people out there. If there's people watching that want to ask me questions, don't hesitate to, hit me up on Instagram and ask questions. I'll be willing to help. I'm not a reptile keeper at Wild Cargo Pets, but I still have customers that call me and ask me for assistance all the time, and I'm willing to help. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
always be willing to ask questions and never hesitate to reach out.
So, second, well, actually, I guess this is my last question, and then I got like a follow up after this. But what is something positive that you would like to leave with everybody that is watching this?
Remember that every day starts with you and it ends with you. Um, Smile and be happy every day. I show my kids all the time pictures of families that come from third world countries. They don't have enough. They don't have a lot. Kids in Africa.
Mm,
Um, be happy with what you have and who you have around you, and don't expect too much. If there's something in life that you don't have, it's because it's not beneficial right now. Um, Love yourself. Love your neighbor. Treat everybody with love and respect. Treat people how you want to be treated. Um, and just keep yourself at good spirits always, man. Stay smiling and be happy. We're living in the times right now where there's wars going on in different parts of the country. There's families being broken down. There's children's losing their life. Um, there's so much going on in this world right now that right now, as people, we should just be happy with what we have and who we have around us. Um, I'm very humbled enough and happy to to have made it where I made it on Instagram, but honest enough to say that I wouldn't be able to make it with anybody in the community. I'm going through an issue with my health, and I'm not looking at the issue of my health, but I'm appreciative that I'm still able to go. There's a saying that says, a guy says, he's a preacher. He said, instead of asking me why things ain't better, why don't you thank me that they are not worse? So that's something that we
mm,
should kind of apply. Instead of asking why my life doesn't get better, just appreciate that you're doing better than most people. There's people in different parts of the country that don't even have a cell phone. They don't have a proper meal every day. They don't have clothes like we have on our shoulders,
yeah.
electricity. So you know what I'm saying? Just be happy with who you are and what you have, and don't one thing. Don't try to fit in. Just be yourself and love yourself for who you are, and everything else would be good, man. I think us trying to live, trying to be like other people, we never be happy with who we really are. Just love yourself for who you are because you'll find people that love you the same.
Amen,
100%.
man. That's some really good advice. And even if nobody else takes anything away from that, I certainly did. So thank you for sharing that with me. And I'll leave it at that. Last thing I'm going to ask or have you do is I want you to shout out whoever it is that you would like to shout out during this live, as many people as you want. Whether it's family, friends, just who are you shouting out tonight?
First and foremost, honestly, I would like to shout out John from Incline. Appreciate for letting
Oh,
me
thank you,
be
bro.
part of the platform. Appreciate for you believing in what I do. It means a lot. Not a lot of people are be willing to share their platform with other keepers. So I really appreciate you for that. I do wish you nothing but the best on everything that you do, and I hope God opens many doors for you. Um,
Thank you.
Shout out my wife that's watching right now with my daughter in my bedroom. I can hear my daughter. She's kept telling how happy she is for me. Um, Shout out to everybody in my house. Shout out to everybody that believed in me since day one that I started believing in this dream. Um, Shout out to Military Morph, Kayla and Max. Shout out to the whole Military Morph Patreon. Um, Shout out to everybody that took part today to watch this little show on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. It means a lot from the bottom of my heart. I seen the comments and everybody just showing love and support, and it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it means a lot to have people believe in you, even though they don't really know you. Shout out to the
Yeah.
haters. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not big on saying that, but shout out to the people that don't believe in you, because it does inspire you to keep pushing and believe in yourself more. Um, yeah, I mean, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole social. Shout out to Instagram, because if it wasn't for Instagram, none of this would be possible. We won't be able to meet great people like I've met all you
Yeah,
great people.
for sure.
Shout out to the social media platform for letting us be a part of this community and watch each other grow. Um, but yeah, honestly, like a lot. Shout out to Kayla and Max. They're I don't speak.
They're,
I don't have to speak.
they're
They know.
family. Yeah,
100.
I got
And I
you.
really love them. The whole Patreon, the group, the inner circles that we have. Um, You know what I'm saying? Thank you for believing in me always for everything that I do. I'm not here to be big keeper or better than anybody. I'm here to just live my dream and share what I know. Um, yeah, man. Shout out to all you guys, man. I appreciate it. It means a lot for you guys to take time out of your days to watch us have this interview, man.
Yeah,
100%.
well, that's awesome. And again, Jay, I thank you for coming on this show and really sharing your story with us and sharing your animals and your life with us. It's very inspiring, and I hope that everybody here watching took at least one thing away from it. Because man, like I really do look up to you as a keeper and as like an ambassador, and hopefully this is kind of like the start to like a friendship and things like that. Because man, it's nice to be able to talk to people in the community that are very passionate about what they do and not in it for the money necessarily, but they're in it because of the animals and the people. So with that being said, thank you, Jay. Stick around for a second. If anybody is still watching, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share. Head over this way to Jay's page, his YouTube, his Instagram. And then next week we have Bosa Balls. So we got Kike from Bosa Balls coming on next week. It's going to be a show that you guys don't want to miss. I know that this man is an ambassador as well. I know that he's out there supporting each and every single one of you. Make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be an awesome, awesome show. So with that being said, I'm going to play our outro and just stick around.